you.
Oh, I got it, don't worry.
Shooting the ball. Faster! Fast! That's not gonna get it right. One up top, one down low. Nice. Jump down, far on point. Point. Win that, let's go, bro. Randy's some use. And then I get shot for the top because Rando's no fucking peeking nothing. I know, okay, bro, you need to be shooting.
I just killed the whole team.
Okay.
Yo, what is good, gang? Welcome back to the channel. And you know what it is, we got another build video today, and we got a melee hunter build for PvP. It's super fun, it's very aggressive. I think a lot of you guys will enjoy this build, especially y'all coming off the backwards build. Y'all probably enjoy this. Now, to start off the melee build, we are rocking Prismatic Hunter with the Relativism Cloak, running Spirit of the Assassin and Spirit of Synthoceps. This is a very good combo, and we'll get into exactly why in a bit. Let's just jump straight into the subclass. We're gonna go section by section. So for the super, this is completely up to you. I am going with Golden Gun just because I think this is probably the better super out of the bunch that you get on here. So going with the Golden Gun. We got Gambler's Dodge because since this is a melee build, we will be running Combination Blow. And with Gambler's Dodge, when we dodge near an enemy, we get our melee completely back. So hand in hand, great synergy there. Strafe Jump, just because that's my favorite jump. You can use any jump you would like. And then for the grenade, we are running the Swarm Grenade. Now for the aspects, we're running Winter Shroud, dodging slows nearby targets. And then we also run Stylus Executioner, so defeating a target affected by an elemental debuff grants Invis and True Sight. So this counts for any of the light debuffs and any of the darkness debuffs. And we'll get into why we're running those in just a second. Now, fragment wise, we're running Facet of Blessing, Facet of Courage, Facet of Protection, and Facet of Dawn. Now, all of these fragments are going to play into the melee build, and they synergize with our grenade and our aspects here. So if we take a look at our first facet, melee blows start health regeneration. So obviously this is a melee build and running Combination Blow. With the rest of our build, we're going to be getting a lot of one tap melees, so we're going to have our health getting regened, so that's where that comes in. Now probably the most important one here is Facet of Courage. Your arc, solar, and void abilities deal increased damage to targets afflicted with darkness debuffs, hence why we are running Winter Shroud. Now you could sub in Duskfield Grenade for the Swarm Grenade. That's completely up to you. I just like Swarm Grenades a little bit better. I feel like they have a little bit of a wider range, they do a little bit more damage, and they kind of set me up for the kills a little bit better than the Duskfield would. But the Duskfield does play into your Facet of Courage very well, as well as Stylus Executioner. So you could run Duskfield if you want to proc those easier. I just like the little bit more damage that Swarm Grenades do. So anyways, so when you debuff somebody with Winter Shroud, you get increased damage with your arc abilities, hence the Combination Blow, which is arc. So we will get increased damage on that melee. Then with Stylus Executioner, if you debuff your target with anything, so this would be arc, this would be solar, stasis, these are all debuffs, you're going to get Invis and True Sight, which I think is perfect for this build, because once you go Invis, this is going to allow you, if it is just one person you're fighting, to get away and kind of flow through the map and find your next target without being detected as easily as you would if you weren't Invis. So you won't be on radar as much, and it's going to be harder to see you. So that's where Stylus Executioner comes in. I think this is perfect. Now, like I said, you can use Duskfield Grenade to proc Stylus Executioner as well as Facet of Courage. It's completely up to you. Our next facet is Facet of Protection. While surrounded by combatants, you are more resistant to incoming damage while transcendent. The effect is increased. So Facet of Protection actually plays into our cloak as well. Now, obviously, we are going to be pushing with this build and jumping into multiple combatants, and you will see in the clips, and you did see in the clips in the beginning of the video, when we're surrounded, we obviously want that damage resistance so we can get the kills, we can get to the melee kills, because if we don't, we're just going to get boop bopped right out the rip, which you still do, but this does help a lot with that. And then our last facet is Facet of Dawn. Powered melee hits against targets makes you radiant, and powered melee final blows makes you and nearby allies radiant. So this will just help with our weapon, which also synergizes with the build as well. So that is a subclass. Go ahead and copy that down, and let's move on to the next part. Next, we're going to cover our weapons of choice. Now, in your slots, this will be up to you. You do need a spread shot hand cannon. Now, there are, I believe, 5 spread shot hand cannons. There's the Ironwood, the Aureus Neutralizer, the Nutria or something like that, the Sarpedon, and there's one other one I can't think of the name at the moment, but my favorite is the Ironwood. Now, I believe all of these do drop with the specific perk that you're going to want is 1-2 punch. Hitting a target with nearly every pellet in a shot increases melee damage for a short time. Now, with spread shot hand cannons, this is pretty easy to hit a whole pellet spread, so you won't have to worry about that. And then with this one, I have Killing Wind, Accurized Round, Smooth Bore. You could also go Threat Detector for the handling to make it feel a little bit better, or you could run Proximity Power, which I believe gives you melee stat increase on a final blow. And then for your other weapon, this is completely up to you. I've tried a bunch of different archetypes of weapons. I really enjoyed running a pulse rifle, like Bygones felt really good with that. The auto rifles also felt really good, as well as another hand cannon felt pretty good. But you definitely probably want to use as much range as you possibly can. I wouldn't probably recommend a scout rifle just because you are going to be pretty up close with this. So you want something that can play both ranges, which pulses and auto rifles play both ranges, medium to long range very well, and short range as well with the auto rifles, but you don't need to worry about that with the Ironwood. So go ahead and get you a spread shot with 1-2 punch and get your weapon of choice. Heavy, completely up to you. I just run truth for the exotic just because I'm not running an exotic here. Now for the armor pieces, we are running the relativism cloak, obviously with Spirit of the Assassin and Spirit of Synthoceps. So Spirit of the Assassin, finishers and powered melee final blows grant invisibility. Now this pretty much means we can get invis almost all of the time with this, because we're going to get our powered melee final blows make us invis, and then we have Stylus Executioner, which we can get from our weapon final blows, so we can be invis a lot of the time. So that's kind of how you want to play this. You want to kind of try to debuff somebody, get the kill, go invis, and then push, run into the enemies, bam, get your melee kill, dodge, debuff another one with the slow from your dodge, and then bam, melee another one, and keep it going. Now, where the Ironwood comes into place with the 1-2 punch, this is going to help the build be a little bit more consistent, because sometimes you might not get that one hit after hitting a shot with your spread shot. So with 1-2 punch, if you can hit the whole pellet spread, you're pretty much guaranteed to get a one-hit melee, and that'll get the build going. So this is why I use this. So totally up to you if you want to use it, but I think this is a pretty vital part of the build to keep it consistent. Now, running on to the armor pieces, I'm actually running the Per Audacia set, which I'm not too sure. I'm not familiar with all of the armor sets in the game. I just came back, so I have no idea. I haven't looked at the Aztecross little chart with all the armor, so I'm sure there is another armor set that would do really good with this. I personally just love the movement of Stompies, and since we're not using Stompies, I need the movement, so I'm running the 4-piece set of Per Audacia, which gives primary ammo final blows, grant a stacking bonus to mobility and primary weapon damage and handling to your defeated. And then the 4-piece obviously increases mobility and grants enhanced sprint speed and slide distance. Pretty much gives you Stompies. It's almost exactly the same minus the jump height, but we don't really care about the jump height. So for the helmet, we're running hands-on, and harmonic targeting. This is completely up to you. I'm using harmonic targeting, but I don't have a solar weapon on, so I just put something there. Also, for all of these, I tried to get the Reaver or the Brawler set for these to run as much melee as you can and as much health as you can. Obviously, you want to get as much health regen as you possibly can, and we get that from our subclass and from our health stat. And then our melee damage, I do want to try to increase this a little bit more and maybe get it to like around 150 and see what kind of damage we do. And I haven't really done the testing that I should with it to see where the sweet spot is for the melee stat, but 135 is what I've been using right now. Don't need grenade and we don't need super because we are using hands-on. We're going to get the bonus super energy from our melee kills, which is pretty much all we're going to be doing is getting melee kills. And then we are running 120 class just in case we need to get our dodge back. We can, or in case we need to get our melee back, we can just dodge and get a big chunk of our melee energy back. So on the arms, we are running Focusing Strike, grants class ability energy when you damage with the powered melee attack. So this again synergizes with trying to keep our dodge and our melee up at all times. Then we also have Heavy Handed, which is also going to give us orbs of power for melee kills. Again, this is helping out with our low super stat. And then on the chest piece, run whatever you like here for your unflinching. There's not really anything you can put here that I really would put here, so totally up to you there. Then on the legs, we are running Invigoration, which is going to reduce our melee cooldown every time we pick up an orb, and then we make orbs when we melee, so this synergizes very well. And then we also get more health regeneration from recuperation here. And then solar weapon surge, you can put whatever surge on you want. I will probably put on a void surge since Ironwood is void. I was using the solar spread shot, so that's why I had the solar on, but void weapon surge for Ironwood if you're using that. And then on the cloak, we are running a double outreach and a reaper mod. So outreach, obviously it's going to reduce our melee cooldown when using your class ability. I can pretty much go from 0 to 3/4 of the way to a melee with just one dodge, and it already regens very quickly, so we pretty much have our combination blow all the time. And then Reaper, we're gonna get a orb every time we dodge and get a weapon final blow, which is going to give us that orb of power, which gives us our void weapon surge, which gives us health and energy and all kinds of stuff. It all synergizes very well. And that is pretty much the build. It's going to be straight up melee and spread shot, hand cannon. Like I said, run whatever weapons you feel comfortable with. I do recommend running a spread shot with 1-2 punch. It just makes the build so much more consistent. It keeps you getting them one-hit melees. But I'm going to throw some full gameplays at the end of the video here. See what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Is this build viable? Are y'all gonna use it? If you do use it and you like it, drop a comment. Subscribe if you have not already. Leave a like, and I'll catch y'all in the next build video. On a side note, I did forget to do a artifact, and the artifact I think probably works the best here is going to be the MPA repulsion regulator. Now this has a lot of good arc things and a lot of good void things that we use in the build. So first up, we have amped up, stay amplified longer while your arc or prismatic subclass is equipped. You do go amplified a lot with this build, so this is going to come in handy to keep you moving around the map quickly. And then we have thunderous retort, grant bonus arc super damage if cast while critically wounded, or amplified lasts until the end of the super activation. After using the arc super, this will come in clutch and you can use that. Switch it out if you're not, it's totally up to you. And then we have volatile flow. Now these next 3 or 4 void mods all are gonna come in perfectly with the build. So we got volatile flow, picking up an orb power grants your void weapons volatile rounds. Now, if you remember, we have Reaper on, which is going to create orbs of power, as well as our powered melees create orbs of power. So when we pick those orbs of power up, we're gonna get volatile. Now then we can move on to Under the Breach, defeating a void debuff target, or sorry, not that one. Which one is it? Damn. Volatile. So once you have volatile rounds, yeah, Unto the Breach, defeating a void debuff target creates a void breach while your void or prismatic subclass is equipped. So once we make that void breach, then we go picking up a void breach gives you an overshield, which is going to give us that overshield for picking up the void breach. And then we also have supernova, picking up a void breach causes your next source of void damage to create a large weakening pulse. So that comes into play once we get that volatile on the Ironwood from picking up an orb of power. Then we hit another target with it, debuff them, get the kill. That's going to drop a void breach. We're going to pick up the void breach, get an overshield, and then our next source of void damage, which is going to come from our void weapon, will create a weakening pulse. So if there is a large group of enemies, shoot that, weaken all of them, melee. And then we also have shock and all here, arc final blows while you're amplified, summon a burst of lightning that damages and jolts targets. We're pretty much gonna kind of have a cloud strike melee with this, so this all synergizes with the build very well. Try to go ahead and use that. I actually haven't experimented with this very well. I kind of just thought about this in the video, so I'm gonna give this a shot. I think this is going to synergize with the build very well. If I get a good gameplay, I will put it in the video kind of demonstrating what it does. If not, I will create an updated video later on with more testing and more clips and videos of the actual build working in Synergy.
That's nowhere near me. Teammate, help me.
Oh my god, bro.
Teammate's not shooting. Yo, bro. I'm gonna go mental if he doesn't start shooting. He's not shooting again. He's watching you fight, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Mate, all there. Canopy, come on.
Bro, it's so...
Fantastic, man. Get rid of this fucking stupid. You won that, you won that.
Oh my goodness.
I'm on top, bro.
Give me that 3-piece. Give me that.
Fucking swarm grenades.
Plastic point. Another door room, plastic. Nice.
Oh, give me that clip.
Nah. Money up all three home.
Let's go.
On the heavy. Oh, I should have stayed on the heavy. Teammates might even help me, bro.
Oh my god.
Alright, don't die then. I'm playing heavy, bro. You need one that.
Right now.
Teammate, you've got heavy, bro.
I'll take that. Oh, the fuck did I get hit by that? Why is this shit not working? I'm not surrounded by a lot of people, that's why.
Zone B captured. You have zone advantage.
Well, you get the gist of what we're doing here. No! I had to reload, son of a bitch.
Zone A lost. They have advantage. You have zone advantage. 2 for 1. 3 opponents down.
Alright, there we go. That one worked. Fuck.
Zone A lost. Zone C lost. Enemy has advantage.
Oh, no way. That guy should have died.
Double down. 3 opponents down. Look at them fall. Zone C lost. It's a power play. Get those zones back. Double down. Triple down.
No, bro. Alright, well, there you have it. 37 kills. Not too bad. Oh shit, wrong gun out. I mean, it does give me a cloud strike fucking melee, bro.
Nice.
That's so broken. A nani?
I need help, teammates. He's all into their spawn and they're all here, mate. Oh, who's flipping the spawns? Fuck off.
Oh my god, it's so bad. It's
who
so
can spawns, bro?
bad, the lag. Holy shit. Oh. What? Nutty? Oh, he was ready for me. There's the counter. There's the counter, chat. No shot, that guy.
Come on, teammates, get outside, you fuck. Super on our left next to you. Teammates, good.
Your enemy can't kill if they're dead. Shut the enemy down.
No! I had it! I had it, chat! I had it! Oh. Let's go. Well, there's the video for the video.
Nah, just cut